that Sofia Coppola makes.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Sofia Coppola film since probably Virgin Suicides. Or
I must say I've only seen that one.
I think she's. Well, I don't even remember what she's done. She did one.
Was it Marie?
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch
I
that.
don't know. It is easier if you play these cards, and obviously, the tangents between, or similarities that are being made between Momoko Ando and Sofia Coppola is they're both daughters of famous film directors who, at a young age, are making films by themselves with source material that isn't theirs. I don't believe Virgin Suicides. I think it's from a novel. Anybody know?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the same with this. I think the reason why I picked up this film is, as a young female director, it's a good look at what we can see from, what we'll may be able to see from future female directors in Japan. It's a first time, I think, given the resources, maybe a different script or more money or something, she can really become quite a well-known director, as Sofia Coppola has.
What's your reaction to the response from the audience today?
I was a bit concerned at a few parts of the film. I think the reaction was probably from men.
Yeah. Boys.
Yes, technically they're men.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
The scenes of which were handled very well in the film, and maybe people, or some members of the audience, couldn't fully come to terms with them. Part of being an adult, there was many times in the film where I thought I should have brought another film along, something more silly or something that would fit my normal type of release schedule over the last few months, maybe something a little more pop culture. But then again, you know, they're not children. This is an adult film. While it's not, it's just a simple tale of love and the emotions surrounding young people in love and how they come to terms with it. And what's made it a little more complicated is the fact that the lesbian relationship and one girl not being able to deal with that. It's an adult issue of sorts, but they're film students and of age. I like the film. I like the director, and I think she's going to become big, considering her age. 26-year-old made this film. And not only is it technically very good, but the script is quite good. It's a mature way that she's told the story. It's well done, but at the same time, I think you do need to be somebody of that age, just mature enough to make a film about people your own age and how you grow up, because your emotions are still fresh. You still realize, obviously a 40-year-old could do such a thing, looking back on their own past, but it wouldn't be setting it into modern society as much. And when you're dealing with such a topic in modern society, you do need to have somebody of that age. But yes, having a young 26-year-old do it, and I mean, it's shot on film as well, nonetheless. So it's all round quite a strong film, though I think she will have a lot stronger films in the future, which is why I picked the film up, because it's a project. I deal with a lot of first-time directors. I mean, Tetsuya Nakashima with Kamikaze Girls, and look what he's done since. There's Satoshi Miki with Turtles Are Surprisingly Fast Swimmers in the Pool he did in 2005. I've got his new film coming up soon, and he's done quite a few in between. Daihachi Yoshida, who directed Funuke, which I did. I mean, I like dealing with first-time directors because you get to see a new wave from Japan, and now with a female perspective.
Is that like a method you usually use when choosing a film? Like, do you like to give first-time directors their break in a sense? And how else do you go about choosing your films?
In the sense of Kakera, this was a project more, that's directly about giving a first-time a break, because I'm friends with her manager and her management agency, and we really want to sculpt this girl, this young woman with lots of talent, into what could be the next big face of female cinema in Japan. So with this, hence this, we're doing a double city premiere of the film in London and Tokyo at the beginning of April, to really sort of give her a bit more of a worldwide name. In terms of other films, if I like a director, I like to see what he's done, see what he will do. So whenever a director I like, such as Nakashima or Satoshi, have new films, I'm always the first one to see them. But if I don't like their film, as is the case of the new Daihatsu Yoshida film, then I'm obviously not going to pick it up. Nor will I pre-buy a film depending on a director, just because I want to release the films I like. It's basically just watching a lot of films and what grabs me. I really have no business mind on when I watch a film, and I tend to make a lot of personal mistakes, business mistakes, by being attracted to a film that I personally like. And obviously not many people share the same taste as me, because I'm super Japanese otaku, and these things translate to a very small percentage of English people. But if the other parts of the film, such as with Kamikaze Girls, the visual style of it, can cross over to a larger audience, then I'm very happy.
What are your thoughts on the society and the project that's going on here?
I, as I told you personally before, am fantastically happy and surprised. Surprised first, now happy. That, you know, when you first contacted me, and it wasn't long ago, and you've just started this, I was, you know, first a bit taken aback by East Asian Film Society in Coventry. I mean, like I told you, I don't know where Coventry is on a map. No offense to Coventry. But you normally hear of such things. I mean, we don't even have such things in London. I know we is from another country. But there's not so much going on in London in this respect. And being so young, in terms of this being the 4th screening, and I look at the pictures every week, and having this audience that grows and grows, and filling out an auditorium of 120 people is fantastic in promoting Asian cinema to, I'm sure, not that many people in there were diehard fans beforehand. I'm sure you've got a lot of converts. And the way that you're mixing up the genres of films, not just sticking, I mean, I've heard of, and I've been involved with film societies in the past, personally and professionally, where it's always guaranteed you're going to get, if it's a relatively new film society, it's in the last 5 years or so, you're going to get the battle royales, the rings, the really obvious stuff. They're great films nonetheless, but they're easily accessible. But sourcing films of different genres from different countries and really getting that scope of what East Asian cinema is about is, I mean, along the same lines as what I do as a company. And for that, you know, I think it's a fantastic job here. So I really, you know, when I said thank you to everyone in the auditorium earlier, I really meant it. Because, you know, personally, I want Asian cinema to have a wider audience in the UK. And if, you know, places like you can give examples to maybe other universities, and it can spread around, and you've got all these East Asian film societies everywhere, then it's phenomenal. We might have another sort of boom after so many years of this drop in love for East Asian cinema. So, ganbate. Ganbate hoshi, a little more direct.
Thank you very much for coming in and giving us this great opportunity, talking to us, and also letting us see Kakera, Piece of Our Life. It's a great opportunity.
Anytime. Keep on keeping on. That's a really good song.